Dr. Stauber with Sarah. Sarah's been kind enough to share her story about your Meniere's, and you were diagnosed 5 years ago, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience over the last 5 years and sort of just a little history about how we came to meet and what was going on.
Just basically 5 years ago, I started off by having a really bad vertigo attack. I went to the doctor, and at first they didn't quite know what it was because it came and it went, and I didn't have anything else for probably another year and a half. And then it started to come back more and more. And then within the last 2 years, it's been very, very bad. I started seeing a doctor at the Toronto General Hospital, and he's been treating me with all the things that they do down there, steroid injections into the ear. It worked for a little while. And then I had surgery last July where they cut two muscles in my ear to stop the vertigo. It worked for a little while and then nothing. And I belong to two groups, support groups on Facebook that I've been reading a lot about the upper cervical care. And so I Googled it and I found you. And the testimonials I watched that other patients of yours have done on YouTube and that have Meniere's disease. So I gave you a call and come down, and this is my 9th treatment, and I'm doing really, really well. I have never really felt any better.
So when you say it was really bad, what was bad? So a lot of people who don't know what Meniere's is or who have it probably relate to it, but why don't you just explain some of the symptoms that you had?
Well, the worst was vertigo. Well, it starts off with fullness in the ear, and then your hearing fluctuates, but then the vertigo starts, and I was having attacks, 2, 3, 4 major attacks a week, where it would put me in bed probably, for the full day, a day and a half, vomiting, like violent vomiting for hours at a time. And it pretty well brought my life to a halt for, well, probably for a good year. I've been off work, and I'm looking at going back now because I am starting to feel better now. But it really, really brings your life to a dead stop. Okay. It's awful.
So we started probably a couple months ago, I guess. We've had 8 treatments. And so just tell me some of the symptoms that you just discussed. Have you had any of those symptoms since we started, or what did you start to notice you feel like something changed?
Probably after my 3rd treatment. I was still experiencing, when I came to see you, the vertigo. It was still there, but not as bad. I was still experiencing quite a bit of wooziness where I felt very, very unbalanced. I felt like I was going to have a vertigo attack, but it was just like I felt like I was underwater and not balanced properly. After my 3rd treatment with you, that stopped. I was feeling normal again, and my ears were clear.
So even within the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, did you notice it was starting to fade a bit? Like you would have it, but then you wouldn't get a full-blown attack.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So have you had any episodes since we've started?
None.
Oh, great.
No, I can't believe it, because I've tried everything. I've just been, ever since I started feeling a little bit better, I've been trying everything to get better, because I realize I'm never going to get rid of this, and I have to learn to live in harmony with it. But I can definitely feel better than I was feeling with it. And this is the best that I have been feeling in over 2 years.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And what are the things you've been able to do then in the last couple months that you haven't been able to do?
Live again, basically. Like go out with my friends and drive. I wasn't able to drive. I was relying on my husband. He works, and I couldn't go anywhere if he was working. Just be able to go out and enjoy life again, because I was stuck in the house for probably a good 3 months before I could. I was afraid to go out, even with my husband, because if an attack happened, it's awful. I mean, it's embarrassing. People don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. You're going to help people by, people just understanding what Meniere's is, what treatment options are available for them. Anything else you want to share or add?
I just want to put it out there. If anybody is suffering from Meniere's disease, come and see you. Absolutely come and see you. Give you a try, because I've had so much luck, and I'm really, really happy.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.